what message kind of could you give as encouragement that you've been sharing with your people to get them through some of these things that are overwhelming them right now? People are losing their jobs. They don't have finances coming in. They some of their family members, maybe they've lost them through this virus, or they're having some scares of feeling like they might catch it. Could you help encourage our people on the other side that are feeling any of these things? And what could you say that could just really help us go, you know what, we're going to get through this and we're going to be strong through this. God's going to take care of us, you know?
I just have to say that the ability to see opportunities in all these obstacles is very important. Because of the lockdown, because of staying in-house, it's going to mess with our brains. It's going to mess with our minds and mess with our relationships. But I would like to talk to the church and firstly say that God will see you through this. Now, I know that a lot of people keep just quoting Psalms 91, but this is a crisis where just quoting Psalms 91 for protection is not enough. You need to have practical wisdom to carry on and have a game plan for how you live your daily lives together. As you are there, Pastor Garrett, he shared something in his message about how there must be progress in the pause.
Yes. Just a few weeks ago, I was just preaching to the church about 4 traits of a leader. And I was preaching out of Acts chapter 3 and how Peter and John, when they met the lame man, they said that silver and gold I do not have, but what I do have, I give to you. And there we can learn a very important principle, because Peter and John, they had a lack in their life. They didn't have money. There was things that they did not have. But instead of focusing on their limitation, instead of focusing on their problems, they focus on what I do have. And they say, what I do have, I give to you. So I want to encourage everyone out there that in this time and season, don't focus on what you cannot do. Do not focus on what you don't have, but rather it's a time where we can focus on what we can do, what we have. What do you have in your hands? And when you use that, when you surrender it to God, when you use that to serve people, God is going to multiply it. God is going to bring about a miracle. God is going to do incredible things through your life. So there can be progress even in this season. God is going to use you to bring miracles. God is going to use you to bring breakthroughs. God is going to use you in incredible ways. And we see that happening in our church in it as well. And I must tell you about this young leader that we have. She's just 16 years old, and she's a Connect group leader. And she was not limited by circumstances that we cannot meet in groups anymore. And for young people, being able to meet face to face and interact with one another, that's like air to their soul. And so it's tough in this season. But what she does, she says, I don't want to focus on what I cannot do. I want to focus on what I can do. And what I can do is I have technology, I have social media, I have a great internet, Wi-Fi, I have Zoom. And so what she did was that she did in 1 week, listen to this, she did 10 one-on-one Bible study lessons with the new Christians in her group. So she was not limited. And the week before Easter, she will meet and disciple her leaders to prepare them to be more effective in reaching out in this unusual Easter that we're having. And so from a regular attendance of 47 people before Easter, on Easter weekend itself, her attendance was 178 people.
Wow.
And this is a 16-year-old Connect group leader. So I love the faith that they have, that they are not limited by what they cannot do. We have another young drummer. He's just 16 years old on the worship team. He doesn't have a drum set at home, so he used to come to church to practice on his drums. But because of all these things, he cannot come down to church anymore. But our veteran trainers on the worship team are not limited. They delivered the drum set to his home, and so that he could practice at his home. And God bless his neighbors, but I know that, but because of that, he can now practice his drum kit at home. So he's not pausing. He's progressing in his skills. So when we come back and when we can gather again, they'll be one step higher in their skills. Our leaders are even more prepared. They're all ready to take even more ground together. So I just want to challenge all of you, don't be limited. Focus on what you can do. Don't be limited what you cannot do right now.
What's an outreach that you guys have done or a way that you've got more people to serve during this time?
Our young people are incredible. So many of them have risen up to serve in our IT ministry, filming, video editing. So they have been coming up with awesome content to reach out to the young people as well. And our leaders are not limited as well. They come up with creative ways. So they can do all kinds of things over Zoom right now. So they have to reach out to new people, and they'll invite people to their exercise outing, exercise routine over Zoom. And
Yeah.
so they call this
Yeah.
Zumba, where they, where they have exercises over Zoom, and they will do things like cooking over Zoom. And so everyone will cook eggs, cook their best dishes. And so with that, they could invite new friends to the event, to the online event, and get to know them better as well. And really, it's a time, an opportunity time, because many people are stuck at home. They have nothing to do over the weekends. They have no more excuses that they are busy with other activities. And so it's a great opportunity to reach out to someone. And this is a time where our pastor actually sent a voice note to all our leaders and say that now you are like mini pastors. You're no longer limited. You're no longer relying on the pastor to do the preaching, to guide you, to lead you. But now you can rise up in your groups of 20s, in your groups of 30s, that think of it like you are a mini pastor. And Pastor Ha and Pastor Lia shared that they started the church with just 10 people, with 9 people, and with that it grew to the thousands. So if Pastor Ha and Pastor Lia could do that, they could also take their groups of 10, 20 people and grow it to the hundreds and grow it to the thousands as well. So they were just so encouraged, and they're rising up to take ownership of what they have.
Wow.
And one thing that our pastor taught us as well is that Pastor Ha always says this, that a strong church is not about its sitting capacity, but it's about its serving and sending capacity.
Wow.
So, and truly, in this time and age that we are in right now, it's not about the sitting capacity. It's not about how big your hall is, because no one can gather in the halls anymore. But the strength of a church is in its serving and sending capacity. And our people have risen up to serve in creative ways, serve in amazing ways, and also many of them are sent out to the community as well to give out face masks, hand sanitizers, to encourage the frontline medical professionals. So they have been just doing that, just sowing seeds of love in the community.
Wow.